not quite 5 days, 6 days in a row, whatever it's supposed to be, but um, yeah, kind of had an edible yesterday on an empty stomach and got really sleepy, and thought it probably not the best to hop on the stream. So um, I said I'd be here every day. I'm trying, um, but yeah, didn't quite seem like the best idea. So uh, here I am, Friday. I did make a different promise that I do plan to keep. So one of the last streams talked about having a Discord channel. Um, I like went through account creation. Apparently, I created 2 different accounts with 2 different emails. I forgot the passwords for both. The one I had access to, I tried to set up 2-factor authentication to, um, but it was attached to the different account that I didn't even know which email it was. Like I didn't even know what the login credential was to get my email back. Long story short, I think I had it figured out. And the channel's really rough. I think this is the invite link if you want to take a look. There's like a rules section which is just, I think it's lifted from one of the other channels I was a part of, so I don't know if it's all totally applicable. I tried to create like an introduction section where it's like quasi relevant to, I don't know, to this channel. So if you want to pop in there, we talked about it kind of being an interesting place to, it's kind of like the collaboration communication portion of No ISO that I've been kind of kicking around, and I was kind of stoked to see that there was actually some interest in it. So it's always good. So yeah, I just created like different buckets. I think I still have to modify permissions. There's groups, but I don't know. I don't know what the time. I think I just changed the name to like Group One, like as like a segmentation of it. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna poke around more, but at least the channel's there. I didn't end up moving people off the server. I just kind of checked with Ari, who I do a lot of the communication with through that channel, whether he really minded or not. So that is set up. So if you want to poke around, and definitely feel free to shoot me a message on there. Any ideas? We're just we're gonna wing it, see what it turns into, and I think I got to see like how I would go about scaling it. If I start promoting it on Twitter or whatever, I don't know. Really have no plans on how this is gonna pan out. So let me see if I do move around some windows. Yeah, probably better if I just show my screen. So the old Discord channel. So yeah, there's like the No ISO channel. I can't remember what this is for. I think this is like the what's it called? It's like a Group One channel, where it's kind of like invite only section. I don't know if that's even something I want to have. I just wanted to see how it's done. But the idea being that there's like inspiration channels, collaboration channels, places to get feedback. I don't know if I didn't fill out the rules for all these, so bear with me as I kind of sort out the details of this. It's basically like, the way I think of it is just like a general resource for like, if there was going to be creative community, what would that look like? How does it function? So let's kind of make it whatever. So if you have feedback, definitely don't be shy. Send it over. It's just kind of a first pass, and as it gets used, if it gets used, I'll just kind of do some tweaking. So made good on at least one promise. I don't know. So It's Friday. I don't have a ton planned out for this. I had a couple ideas of things I wanted to get into. There's some more website stuff. As always, I noticed there was an issue with like the wallpaper download screen. There was a little bit of a bug going on there, and I'm kind of scared of that one. That could turn into a shit show just because of how I developed that as like it's like combo classes based off of other ones. I don't know if that's going to be the most interesting. For me, one of the bigger portions that I want to look at is like how I manage the little notification thing um, on my site. If I can use basically a database or a CMS to power that, so then I can just publish it without having to I can publish the post, which would update it, but I wouldn't have to like keep dragging in different modules. It would adjust layout, it would adjust content, all without having to like republish my whole site. So I could do it just quickly because I'm doing these and I'm trying to like make them as easy as possible. But at least screen share something. Chrome. Webflow. Project that just never goes away. So, see if I can pull up. And I didn't really promote this one, so it's just sort of going out to subscribers. I do want a mix of this. It's not to a point yet at all, like when I promote it, that a ton of people show up. I mean, in general, it's still kind of like video on demand territory. I'm also, yesterday I started working on, so I'm gonna do like clips, basically, for, what's it called? For the live stream. So I'm pulling out just different pieces of it. So even though like these are mostly for the VOD and I think kind of like community building, oh, this is just not all right. Forgot that in preview this will play. Yeah, like these are for VOD. I think it's a lot for like taking questions still. But I think if I can kind of distill that down even more into something that's like very pointed clips, and I think I was talking to my friend Tyler, maybe here, comes through a lot. Appreciate you, Tyler, about having those clips and how like some of the questions that come through are stuff that I just don't think about because I have video topics, but some of the questions here have been great. So, yeah, I think that's I don't know all the preamble I have. Yeah, again, trying to get these sessions into more of like a winging it. I don't want to think of it as like an office hours type of thing because it's really not that. Like, I mean, just making myself available, just sharing whatever, just bullshitting. That's kind of what I've noticed with a lot of other streamers who do their work sessions. Like they get to a point where they typically don't even have a plan. So we'll get there because I am not good at planning. Yeah, so I'll just work on this until anyone has anything they want to chat about. It's different photos, videos, kind of whatever. What I want to do is work on this. That was kind of funny, actually. I legitimately like rubbed my nose in real life and on the stream at the exact same time. Kind of weird. I really want to hide this. I don't like looking at myself very much. At all. Let's be very clear about that. So yeah, if you got anything, just definitely ping it over. I can put on some sweet royalty-free music I could do another plug of the playlist. Why not? Added a couple songs in there. Share, copy link to playlist. Oh, thank you for the Discord. You're welcome, man. Yeah, it was not quick for me and my special needs and slow brain with all like because I just messed up account registration, and it's really interesting the way Discord handles like accounts. It's I don't know the way like through the web and through your phone how they use QR codes and how two-factor authentication factors into two-factor authentication. Yeah, we should have some more coffee. But yeah, I got the channel up, so it's rad to see people kind of popping in. So if you don't see anything in the channel and you want to be the first, like, go nuts. And then there's the feedback channel as well. So if there's anything in there, like explicitly, like you just don't see, or that's probably the best place instead of DMing me, because then I kind of just check that periodically and can work on how to do that. And right now it's not paid, so I don't know if it's a paid feature. We'll see about making that switch. Because there's like seeing as this grows, like I want to like invest in it, like give it the best chance for success. So for this to work, like if it means going with the what's it, like the nitro, I'm into that. The one thing I haven't heard a ton of is whether or not streaming on Twitch would be valuable. That's like the Streamlabs Prime, I think, that lets me stream to multiple platforms. There is a way to stream to what's it called? To Instagram, but it just seems like a shit show to get to work. It's like kind of hacking it. You've got to. It doesn't seem that hard. It just seems harder than I want to do it. Especially since Instagram seems kind of dead these days. But oh my god, this is back. Get out of here. Okay. So I want to do collection list. I didn't make the collection, so this will be notification. What's the plan today? Yeah, no plan. I am winging it. I know last time I said it wasn't great that I didn't have a plan, but I again don't have a plan. I was kind of like last minute setting up, trying to figure out what time I was going to do this. I was thinking about doing afternoon. I think some of the things I was wanting to work on was the notification system for collection, like through a CMS collection. That might be interesting for some people. It's kind of like a niche thing, so it's not the most exciting. Can get into more like design process stuff on any projects. There's like the RE project I did a stream on, but if you missed that, feel free to ask about that. I had a couple other things. I was trying to do music production for like an intro for the clips thing that I want to do, and doing like the type design for that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if music is the answer right now, but definitely flexible and kind of whatever makes sense. All right. I think, can I not do? Okay. So I need, think about this. Option. Notification type. Add option. Live stream. Site launch or video content. Image content. Text only. I'm getting caught up. I gotta. There's so many things I have to do. I have to like figure a way of. So I basically like I put Streamlabs and all this stuff on here. I can manage it, but it always looks like I'm just like diving off. So it's as easy as just buying like a iPad stand, but for some reason I haven't. I haven't gotten around to that. Yeah, all these little things, and a mic for sure. Actually, I need to make sure I'm not using, because I think last time I like blew people's speakers out because these AirPod Maxes, and whatever reason, like Big Sur's Bluetooth just starts wilding out. Like, I think it was like maxing out. It was like hitting the limiter on static. So I apologize for anyone. I think it's still in the clip or in like last stream, but I don't know if I can go through and like kind of turn down the audio. A couple people popping in. What's going on, everyone? Casey, new here. Thanks for doing these streams, John. Set up the Discord. Yeah, of course, man. Welcome. Yeah, it's rad to see this kind of just keep growing. I think Discord and kind of keeping conversation going and in the background, because I think that's something I can always pop into, whether or not I can kind of jump on stream. We'll kind of depend on availability with other projects going on, but right now, yeah, the next project with R8 just kind of had to do a quick sprint to get him some designs all sorted out, which I think we have. So Ari's gonna do his thing, so I got a little bit of time. I need to start jumping on some of the other pages, but like right now I have some flexibility, so it's like pop on stream and mess around with whatever. So yeah, happy Friday, everyone. Appreciate you all coming through. So yeah, like I don't know how much I like people coming in, if I need to like repeat myself. So like bear with me if I just like sound obnoxious and repeat a lot of things often. I'm very new to this. 22nd stream, I think. But I think there was like the 13th stream I deleted 3 times because I went like half of it without my mic on or something, and then I wasn't showing my screen on the other one. So this kind of stupid stuff, it's gonna happen. Okay. So text field, so we can do our meta title. So yeah, so what I'm trying to do is just create like a collection and account for all the different options that I'll want for what's it called? Like any sort of notification. Like if I just decide I want to stream, like this will be something I can do, and it'll take me like 20 seconds, kind of, because getting the YouTube stream ID is kind of a pain. So that's what this will be, stream ID. Body copy, CTA text, and link URL. I don't know, like I go back and forth on whether I should use link or if I should just, yeah, I'll use link. URL. Okay. So I think this should be a good start. I'll probably forget something. Oh yeah, so I want an image. Image. Wait, no. Yeah, post image. And the only thing that kind of sucks is, like, I think at one point I had a video clip that I had of Ari's site. Like, that was that was what was in the content, but that was a background video, and that's not something I can do by like through the collection, which just kind of sucks. Like if I want to do a video in that little notification section, I have to go. I'll probably have to like hide this whole container of notifications and do like a custom one, which kind of sucks. But like I don't think that's going to be the majority of the time. So see notification. So see notifications. This will be. Let's just do all. Okay, so this will hold all my different options. So this collection list, I'll just have to link to notifications. Then this list. And definitely feel free to tell me like, this is kind of boring, like please don't do this. That's all good. Not a concern. Why is this not like, but oh, and all these names are so bad. Why won't you let me drag it in there? Why? Elements cannot be placed in a collection list. What? Okay. I can't even select that, which is strange. Div. Now that I can put stuff in here, is this gonna let me do it? Elements cannot be placed within a collection wrapper. What problem? There's no like symbol. Sometimes it gets weird about like embedding symbols and stuff. So I guess we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh gosh. Okay, maybe go to a different page, come back. It's one of those things with Webflow. Sort of have you on sometimes in the background and jump in and out of meetings. Yeah, that works. I'm probably best in the background. That's something you want to have in the forefront. Okay. So I don't know why this is being so problematic. It's not even letting me select this div. Is it because there's no items? That might be it. So notifications. Let's create a new one. So let's say 06 11 21 live stream. This is just a sample. So if I was going to promote today's post, that would be the slug, it would be a live stream, media title, or meta title. I think it's upcoming stream is what I have right now. Title, just take this, duplicate it. Maybe I don't need title if it's the name. That might be redundant. Maybe we can delete this. Stream ID. So this is like I have to go into YouTube and pull the embed. So if I go, oh, hopefully this doesn't create a feedback. It did. So if I go to the channel, put this in here. I have to go to embed, and I have to copy this right here. This is everything after. Well, it's gonna make me copy all of it. I can just get, this is the ID. That's the stream ID for today. Random Friday stream. Prolly design. CTA attacks, launch the stream. That's one thing I like to do. So I do a lot of the like the ligatures through the font. That I was messing around with last time, probably acting like a fool. Like, let's see. That has a lot of these baked into it, but at a system level, if I can, it's better to do direct substitution. So I created this shortcut, which is /arrow, gives me like this up arrow. I did it so bullet points does the multiply character. I can do return lines. So there's like little things you can do, and if you don't know, it's like system preferences, keyboard shortcuts, and there's so many that I use. It's like, let's see, is the stream frozen? Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, all these like little, just like meta things, I think kind of add up after a while. So like all my emails, if I add a bullet point, which is option 8, it's always kind of styled the same way, which, I don't know, I kind of like it. Lewis, but we never got to work together at Basic. Deep sadness. I know, man. I know. How much did we miss each other by? I don't think it was very long, was it? Are you still at Basic? If you are, you may not want to show my face on your screen. Hopefully you're at home if you're watching this. It was like a couple months. Yeah, that's what I thought, man. That's a bummer. It would have been a lot of fun. Alright, Jam 3. Nice. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of good people at Jam 3. I've been talking to Adrian and Pablo about working on some stuff. Never quite worked out. It was supposed to be one, but it kind of fell through. But I mean, those are just good dudes. Like everyone I've talked to at Jam 3 have just been like fucking solid people. So I kind of always like try and keep in touch with them. Hopefully something will align. But yeah, stoked for you, man. Jam 3, I think it seems like, I know there was an acquisition recently, but it doesn't seem like it's changed all that much, which I think is awesome. Love them. They're so organized, so nice, so organized. Yeah, that's the impression I get. Like they're just very on top of their shit, and like they like just in the way like you could tell they have conversations about projects and bringing me on. Like they're I don't know. They're not like in it for the money. They're not in it for like, I don't know. They're in it for the right reasons, if you ask me. Like they just want to make like good work, and they want people to be taken care of and not kind of exploited. Like I mean, a lot of shops out there kind of have that toxic mentality of like, all they care about is like growing the business's bottom line, and like they want to get contractors as cheap as they can, get turned around as quickly as they can, but like they just, yeah, they're never like that. So I have much love for those guys. Maybe, I mean, that'd be sweet to end up getting a project that aligns. You never know, man. Never know. Hopefully they didn't see me on these live streams and they're like, nah, we're not working with that clown. But yeah, where was it? Arrow. CTA URL. Okay, so I need this guy. Is that embed code? Oh, it's been the same as. I could have just copied that this whole time instead of like pulling up the thing. So there's no image for this. This will pull the thumbnail. 8. Yeah. Please, for the love of God, it does let me do it. Wait, what? There's no symbol. So this is a bug I've been getting with Webflow. It's claiming there's some symbol in here. There is no symbol anywhere in here. I don't think there's a symbol in the embed. This is frustrating. Okay, well, we'll just call this notification bar. Although this has like notification bar large, which is just, again, like I was talking about combo classes before, like it's, this specific use case of combo classes is a bad idea. Like, I should really, I'm gonna take this opportunity to make this its own class. Bar large. So then I can just go up here. It's not a great way, but if I turn this, I can look at everything I've modified to make this large combo class. So it becomes a vertical stack. Okay. Align left. I don't know if I need that or not. Keep it aligned straight. Width 45. W. Auto height. Fixed position. Yeah, listen, like, you've been able to, like, what kind of stuff you've been on at Jam 3? They kind of, seems like they do everything. I think they were looking at me for, like, more interactive projects, but it seems like they've got, like, a lot of range. It's kind of nice. Uh-oh. I don't know if the audio just went out. It was like bugging out in my headphone for a second there. I think it's alright. Audio levels in general, okay. It looks like it's not quite peaking on the mic. I tried putting like a compressor and a limiter and all that kind of shit on there, but yeah. This is like kind of a see something, say something kind of situation. Nice, all good. Cool, appreciate it. Mostly Facebook stuff for now. Nice. I mean, that's the beauty of agencies, man. It's just like the flexibility. Yeah, I can't like, going in-house is a lot of stability, but you kind of have to totally love what you're working on because you're in it. And unless there's like a rebrand going on, it's going to be operating within a smaller wheelhouse. But give and take, lots to learn from agencies. Okay, where was I? I'm easily distracted, I'm sorry. Why is this? I'm just not gonna ask questions about what I did, just gonna roll. Yeah, it's pretty close. Can I copy this? Hey. Notification close. It's saying there's a symbol in here. Please tell me where there's a symbol. I would love to know. Div. So if you don't know Webflow, Command E gives you like a spotlight type thing where you can quickly add a bunch of shit. Can't work on the same stuff forever. Yeah, I hear you, Lewis, man. I mean, you kind of find like different areas to innovate, and like you get time to polish the little random corners of things. But yeah, um, it's definitely um, it's an adjustment, especially if that's what you're used to, is like having like broad strokes, like a lot of rebrands that happen through e-commerce work. Like the world's your oyster, you can kind of just do whatever, um, but not always um, the case when you go in-house. Spell. Should close. Will this go? So it's saying this text is a symbol, which is fascinating to me. Next block. Copy all this text. Nope. That. This. Change this to notification close text. And I think like with, oh no, don't tell me I adjusted size on the combo class. Did. 11. This is ideal. I want to see if I can get this working properly. Wait, why is absolute? These combo classes are just not thought out. Oh, so I guess this needs to be dark. Okay, I'll clean that up for sure. That's kind of a mess. And if I'm thinking about close buttons, if I'm thinking about close buttons, so if I create interactions, I want all close buttons to close all notification bars. Kind of have to like think about that up front. Just in the way like you name things, like if you have classes affect classes, they need to at least, that's when combo classes start helping. Otherwise you're left kind of doing every single one, which is not nearly sufficient. So I copied this from the existing one, but now that this is within the collection, I can pull text from here. I can get meta title. That is updated. Text short, so this should be intro, or did I call it description? Body copy. This will be get text from CTA text. This whole link block, I can get URL from CTA URL. So now this is close, but this guy, so what's nice about this is I can go in here, I can delete, so this is the ID that I was copying before. So from the embed code, this is just a little bit of code that I had to make to get this to work. But at this point, I can add in stream ID. So whatever the stream ID is from that specific one, that's what's going to be injected in here. So save close. So now it's showing today's stream dynamically, which is kind of nice. And that's what like having the custom code abilities with like the collection tie-in and how you can just like inject exactly what, I mean, any sort of like text you can inject in. So you can basically code through the collections, any of these sort of things. And you can put like color values, you can put like all sorts of stuff. So, but for me, like right now in this instance, this is, I mean, so from here, like every time I want to stream, I can just go through notifications, and then from here, I can publish your site to enable. So I have to publish the collection at least once, and then once the whole collection is published on the site, I can just publish this individual post. So again, like I don't have to go up here and wait for all that. It's just like through that, I type in a little bit, just put in the data for whatever I want to promote, and then it just pushes it, that individual element within the collection. So this will all update. The other thing I'll need to do, so I have all these different types in a repository, but I want to make sure that only the correct one's showing up. So this I should call, I'm going to call this video. So what I want to do then is create conditional visibility of, so what is it? Notification type. So equals, so it should be live stream. I could do, I wonder if I can do the same one. No, I'll need to do a different one. So I don't know if I set this to video or live stream. It's live stream. Okay. So this is like, if that condition's not met, it doesn't display, which is kind of nice. So then I can go through and I can add, oh no, one other thing I need to do is for this list, I need to filter. I want to show, how would I do this? So what I want to do is I only want to show the most recent one. So I want to sort, I want to show published on, newest to oldest, and then limit items, show one, start at one. So that means it's only going to show the latest item that's in there. I do wonder if, well, it should always show something as long as I don't totally screw something up. Like if I don't specify a content type, it'll definitely show at least something, I think. I wonder if I have like an off. Yeah, maybe I create like an off state. Like I don't want any notifications, so then I can just update that. What would it be? Type, add options, that. This might get messy though. I'm always like posting none. I don't know if there's a limit on how many collection items I can have. I guess over time I can just start purging some of them. Or if I don't need a history of them, I can just update all the video ones. So anytime, so if I save this, and I change this to updated. So not necessarily the original publish, but whenever it's updated. So if I can overwrite the existing one. So theoretically, I could have four different posts in there, basically for video, live stream, image, text, and then just update that, and then hit submit, or I guess it's technically publish. I don't know, maybe it's not gonna make a difference. I was just getting caught up on the chat. All right, I joined the Discord and saw the rules doc. What do you mean by posting spec work will result in a permanent ban? Yeah, that's kind of my personal thing. I think spec work is toxic, and there's homes for spec work, but that's not here. So if you don't know what spec work is, that's like Fiverr's of the world, where it's kind of like posting like a reward for whatever design, and then people will do the work hoping to win that, but they don't necessarily get it unless it's chosen. So there's a lot of people doing work, unpaid work, which to me is not fair, and I don't think that's how people should be doing things. So speculative work, also known as spec work, is the kind of creative work that has been completed or submitted by volunteer designers to prospective clients. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And I think like the Fivers take advantage of it. I don't know what other ones there are out there. There's a lot of them. And like, it's great. Like, some people have found out a way to make that work, but largely by like reusing a lot of work. But I don't want to create a place where people are working for nothing. Like, either hire someone or don't hire them. Go off their book, understand their work, what they're capable of, and it's a risk on both ends. Like for clients, they don't know exactly what like a designer is going to produce, just like a designer doesn't know how a client's going to be. Like, there's kind of like a leap of faith that needs to be taken, and that's part of the deal. But yeah, just saying like, I'll give $20 to whoever comes up with the best version of this. Like, maybe I'll need to be a little bit more clear about that. Let me open up things. Oh, I can check off Discord permissions. Let's go. So define spec work and rules. Yeah, I think there's a couple things like that probably I just assume they're clear to me, and I like, this is my first pass. I'm a terrible copywriter, and I make tons of incorrect assumptions when it comes to writing. So appreciate you calling that out and asking that question. I think that's very fair. But yeah, I wouldn't advocate for anyone, even outside that Discord, to really get into much spec work. I think it's rife with disappointment. And then like, I've seen people do this, like post on there, pick one, but then like take a lot of ideas from other people who are posting as well. So, and they're not getting compensated for anything. Yeah. Like, the only way I think people make it work is like, they take templates, they change the colors, like change the font, change the name, and then like ship it back out. So it's kind of like this weird, like, toxic using each other type thing. I don't know. It's very strange. It can work, but I don't think that's what I'd like to see here. What was I doing? Let's see. So I think I'll go to my repo. That's what I call it, at least. Now I need to get like smart about my classes. So I want to turn this off. So this is my text bar. So if I go back, okay. For a second, I'm gonna want to turn this off. Like that. Oh, don't give me this symbols nonsense again. Notification. Okay, well, does nothing. Div. No, or C notification. So that should be this. Date. I wonder if this is going to work. There's no symbol here at all. Let's see it. Content. That at least works. Okay. What I put in here? Content. Add a grid. Call this G date. I just realized I'll need to add. Apparently this is a symbol, but the other ones aren't. Understand? But I'm done with you. Let's redo this the old-fashioned way. It's working. Not good. Oh, I know why. 2, 5. Let's work. Where are you? Why are you there? See notification. Okay. Oh. Yeah, why is this not fixed? Oh. Off. My new notification bar is not working at all. Oh, that's why. Notification bar. There we go. You all. Huh. Trust me, John. Industry in India doesn't work without spec work. It's so toxic. Like I spent weeks in hopes to get the job doing spec work. Didn't get anything worse. They sold my work to other. Can't do anything about it. Guess everyone has to grind at the start. Yeah. I mean, I think that's really unfortunate to hear. I'm sorry you got to deal with that. I think that's a good way to get experience and then start hopefully making connections. I would advocate that that's not the people who go there for work are trying to get things as cheaply as possible, and that's not who I would probably look to for long-term connections, and someone you'd want to work with over time. But yeah, I think that's something that like you can definitely make money. You can definitely iterate on it, but I would try and like expand off of that. Whether that's like building networks and like Twitter, Dribble, like there's a lot of job postings out there, and it's hard to break through unless you have a body of work. So hopefully you can build up your body of work doing that. It's kind of like a necessary evil. And like, trust me, everyone grinds in the beginning. That's, I don't even know if spec work was really around when I was junior. I think that became more of a recent thing. I'm probably dating myself saying that, but yeah, like it is an option to make money, get experience, and like I think if you can glean benefits from it, of like how you interact with clients, how you protect yourself, how you talk about things, how you present things. And I hate to say it, but probably learn a lot of lessons the hard way of just like what you're talking about. Like they took your work and they sold it, or anything like that. Like that's kind of, sadly, like that's kind of what comes with it. So yeah, there's always like in kind of like less than ideal situations, there's always something you can kind of learn from. I hate to be a cliche and call them just like silver linings, but I think that's really what they are, at the end of the day. So yeah, hopefully you can kind of grind and like kind of find your way beyond that, so you don't have to deal with that kind of crazy shit. I'm sorry, man, that's a bummer. Let's try and get this date to work. So I do want to make sure. So this is additional visibility. Oh, I'm gonna have a problem, aren't I? Oh no, that was at a collection level. Never mind. So this would be notification type equals text only. Save. Cool. So it's showing nothing because I turned off the video, which is the most recent. So the one thing I do need to add now is numbers for a date. I don't. No, I can't. I can't use it. So they have a date and time module, but sadly, the way I have it with like the gridded, like they have to be each individual inputs. So I need to do. I'll refer to it. Month, tens. Silly, but things I do for design. Singles. What is this called? It's not the tens, it's oh fuck. I don't care. Number. It'll make sense in my head. Probably a much better way of doing it. Day tens. Day number. Year tens. Year. Oh no. Year number. I've just found like I really only have to make things that make sense for me. You can create these backends for clients to come in and use it, and you can add. What's nice is you can add just like help text. So if like collaborators being a client needs to come in and manage this, you can kind of give them some guidance. I don't know if I'd recommend using this sort of like wild shit, but like if it's just for yourself, like as long as you can create a system of logic around it, like you should be good. Yeah. So you can't do anything about it. Glad you have such a strong opposed to it. It's inspiring, difficult topic. Glad you talked about it. Yeah, of course, man. I do fully appreciate the fact that like I've been around longer, and I think it's probably easier for me to say like spec work isn't great, and I don't want it around. But yeah, like some people coming up, like it's kind of a necessary evil, and use it however you can to kind of like build yourself up bit by bit, whatever each of those kind of like interactions are. So yeah, like happy to talk about all that stuff. Like again, I might not have the most experience doing it. I have a perspective on like how that dynamic is at a high level, and like everything that I talk about, like it's just my perspective. Like it's all just context. I almost want to have like a warning at the. It sounds taggy to put a warning on like streams and videos and shit, but like I do not want to come across as like I'm telling people what to do. Like I just have my opinions, right or wrong, and that's kind of and my experiences that have helped inform them. But beyond that, like go like if it doesn't sound like it sounds like total bullshit. Like do the opposite, like by all means. Yeah. It's not one size fit all for any of this stuff. So, is Webflow deploy instant? It takes a second, but yeah, like you don't have to go through like an FTP or anything. Let's see. So typically, like to publish, you publish through here, and you can publish to a developer like a dev site, or you can post like. So this is like when I'll test things on the development site. And then once I'm happy with it, I'll push it to the live site. There are advanced options, which, I mean, I minify everything I can because my code is not optimized whatsoever. But yeah, so like if I publish some of these updates, I don't think there's any other updates I was working on, but you'll see, like, it takes a minute, but it's pretty instant, all things considered. But the one thing I do want to kind of get working is I'll kind of show how it'll work for me to do different updates with this, like, logic based or collection based notification system. So yeah, so this is now updated. That flash in the beginning is driving me crazy. Maybe it's not working as well as I thought. Okay, there's multiple here. And the close button's not working. Okay, we've got... This is why you have the development site. This shit is not fucking working. I think... Okay. A big problem here is notification close. So I need a class. I need this C notification close. Every time that is clicked, I need that to close every single notification bar. So actually combo classes might be my best option. I hate to say it. Well, I think I already have this one. Notification bar large, I think is what I called it. Call it video for now. So, okay. Names. What am I doing? So I need to add interaction. So mouse tap. On click. Hide promo bar. I feel like I have a different. So I think I'm gonna have a different hide promo bar out. Just because, like, right now I have it animate up, which I don't really like. I think the easing on it's kind of shitty. But the problem with variable heights is, like, if I want to have a system that just does them all, I either need to, like, go through and specify the motion for each one because it's moving to different. It's like the initial start state, start position needs to be off the bottom of the screen, and that's gonna, like, how far that's gonna be will be, it's a variable on how big the content is, because this is a flexible height div. So as I think it might even be on my site right now, like right now the start of the animation you can see the close button and then, like, the content comes up. That's not intentional. That's just because I specified that initial, like, load-in animation on a smaller version of it, and I just never updated it. So I don't think move is really what I want. So I want to, let's see, open this up a little bit. Where am I? Which one am I in? Okay, well, it shouldn't matter. So close button is to hide the notification bar. So right click, change target, notification bar. And I want this to go all notification bar. It gets kind of messy. You can see all the stupid combo classes I have, but if you select, like, the main, like, base class, so there's the combos, there's notification bar large, there's notification bar text. All the ones that have, like, a base of notification bar will be affected by this. So it should start as it's shown, ends up hidden. I feel like we can do, we got an animation. So start state, 100%. Duplicate this, goes to 0. 0.75, we can do out quad. was tossing on some blurs before. I don't know if that's really the greatest idea, but only live once. Duplicate. What? I duplicated the wrong one. Filter. Duplicate. Should be 0.5. This will have it. If I do out quad, it should do. Yeah, you should see the blur a little bit more. So the blur is quicker than the fade out because the duration, it's like 1/4 of a second shorter. So I kind of like that so you can see the blur more. It's kind of subtle. And I don't know, I've heard different things, and this is not something they ever talked about in Webflow. I can't remember where I heard it, but the idea of like staggering scroll triggered animations is much more efficient. So if you have things firing based on like percentage in the viewport, if you have like opacity and position animating, like you just ideally you like offset them by like 1%. So then there's different calculations happening at different times instead of multiple calculations happening at the exact same time. I could be wrong, but that's something I'd heard, and I try and do it. I don't think it's as important with these time-based ones. So you could probably just ignore that. So yeah, so it starts with show, ends with hide. So this is kind of an important transition because if you don't hide it at the end of it, it'll mask pointer events in that place. So you won't be able to click on anything after that. So yeah, so the hide promo bar should work. Problem I have promo bar in. And all these stupid names, this is the problem. This should be notification bar. Oh, the other thing I didn't do. So the close, this needs to be applied to the class as well. So see notification close, regardless of what its kind of combo class is, it'll always have this interaction. The other thing you got to make sure of, oh, I already did it. So notification close, you just have to add the pointer. So you can control the pointer event because you're not really adding like a traditional link. You can give people that visual feedback of this is clickable. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on with like multiple showing at once. Yeah. So this will probably close both of them. Oh. Ah. That's good though. I think it's because it's something with like the when you select class. I don't think I changed it. So when you choose class, you can do press that, because sometimes you can control like, so let's say you have like multiple instances and you want to close all with like that specific class name. It could like close all instances of it, or you can change it so it's only like siblings or children of that interaction trigger. If that makes sense. So there's, I mean, those little options give you a lot of options. Live badge pulse. Huh. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I think I saw this. If block 804. Love to see it. Let's worry about that later. I think part of the problem is create another instance. So you can create like, whenever you saw on like the very first screen, you can create like placeholder options for just like, it'll auto-populate all these with sample data. So if you want to test out the design, but you don't want to fill it in, have it auto-populate with images and content. The problem is like you can't, actually I don't know. I think maybe you can bulk delete. I remember deleting all by hand, which was kind of an A. Sample text notification. Sample. I don't think there's a meta on this title here. There's no stream ID for it. Warm. So I have, what is it? Little Lipsum, I think. I don't think it's available anymore. I love this thing. You can just choose how much you want. Although it seems broken, right? Oh, you can't see that because I'm not desktop streaming. Basically, it's like a little drop down in the top right. I can show it real fast. Add a couple things. So this little guy here. So I can just get like lorem ipsum however long I want it very quickly. I don't know why they discontinued it. Or no, it might be paid now. I think they updated it. So that's why it looks broken. Although this has not always been that way. But super useful little tools like that. I do enjoy. Click this. Whatever. Post image, no image. So this would be, let's say, today, 061121. It's text only. Okay. So this list, I don't know why it's showing multiple. Let me items show one of one. It should be off. Oh, maybe because this wasn't pulling from the collection. That might be why. It's still kind of weird. It wouldn't actually filter out. Oh, actually that makes sense. Never mind. Text from this would be body copy. This would be what is we'll see. Text from TTA text, like this. Each of these get text from month 10s. But this is the thing, like once you do it once, like you don't have to do this again. So month number, text from day 10s, text from. I'm sure this is absolutely fascinating. Watch. Apologize. I'm trying to do more exciting shit. And again, feel free to tell me this is not interesting. I have a couple other things I can potentially work on, but oh no, what is going on here? That? That fix it. Nope. Should be centered. That fix it. Should be the grid and how it distributes it. Like right or left. Oh, justify, there you go. What? Well, Let's see if we can force center align all of these and see what happens. Well, works. Although the spacing's weird. Strange. So this I can go with the grid date. Gap for columns, 4 pixels. See it anymore. But it's still not there. Nope, not there. At a grid, let's do date. Call it on that. Better. Great. Maybe a music production stream? Oh man. I'm like really self-conscious about my music production right now. It's not what you would call efficient or in key. Like my ear's gotten better to a point where I can kind of just go off of like kind of off feel in terms of like, is this in key? Is it sounding right? I do want to get a little bit more polished with that. I think I've been getting better as I'm kind of working on things on the side, but I think there's a lot of videos that I want to do with like some of the loops and stuff that I like from Yosemite. I took a lot of like slow motion video. Let's see if I can. This. Yeah, like stuff like this, just like I want to put out, because I think when I time stretched it, no one called it out for looking bad. So this was not shot at 60 FPS, but it was 30 because I'm still learning my camera settings. But I just want to put out like a series of clips that are just like ambient type stuff. And that's sort of like a little less pressure to be on point. I'm struggling right now with, open it up. Oh, it is still here. I don't think I want to play this. Let me turn off. Don't be mad. I'm going to turn off desktop audio. Actually, I don't even know. That's not what I'm looking for. On Max. Yeah, I would need to change it to stream setup. Let's see. I think this is like largely the video. I can't control audio when it's like this. Okay, I'm going. Yeah, that's. Oh no, so I stripped out a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to do just like short intros. See, allows this. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just like a simple. Yeah, no, I hid the audio. I'm just self-conscious. But here we go. I mean, there's nothing much to this. It's still not working. My setup. Sometimes you have to like just do this a couple times. That's very strange. Well, sorry. Oh, I know why. You try this. forgot I muted desktop audio entirely. But I'm just trying to create like a simple loop for just like YouTube intros. And so there were other like elements I had in here from like different ideas. So there's like a lot of different. Problem with my music production is it's not linear. I don't know what I'm doing when I go into it. I just kind of start playing around. And so all my titles end up being really stupid. There ends up being like 5 different ideas all over the place. Just looking at like different chord progressions. That one doesn't sound right. Yeah. So all this little stuff, like I'm still learning. But like, I don't think, yeah, no. But like all these like cellos and like old pianos and stuff are definitely kind of my vibe. There's this like, it doesn't work in this at all. I had it from a different, this is something I spent a while when I tried to make a library of all these different sound designs. So I built this from scratch, which I don't know, might be interesting. This is the thing, like with it being so different from like the design shit I do. I don't know, like if people want to hear this. Maybe in the fact that it kind of comes together as a piece of like the broader output. I don't know. But I think for me, like, I definitely want to kind of refine what I'm doing. Here it's like it's side chain request to the kick. So this is like I spend a lot of time learning different like sound design techniques, and I can't master or mix for the life of me. I've gotten a little bit better about the technical side of it, but I think the creative part and actually writing like chord progressions, like I'm still terrible at it. So yeah, hopefully soon, because it'd be nice. I think there's like 1 or 2 things I really want to figure out in terms of like, it's more music theory type of things at this point that are blockers. And I got my buddy Tyler, who, I don't know, he's very supportive. He's the guy who has the Sinman stuff, usually pops in. Yeah, he's been like trying to coach me on music theory stuff, and it's just not sticking. So once I get that kind of unlocked, I think it'll be a nice way for me to kind of to work these into the stream. Yeah, like some of those other like files in there, like those are not getting played. I mean, this is the one from, I'm trying to make a full song out of it, but it's just like the intro. But for me, like ideally I can have someone write the chord progressions, and then I do like the sound design, mixing and stuff like that. So this is basically, yeah, this is the original. Drum bus to kind of make some crunch chords to stereo. Echo creates like a little bit of offset to it. The set gives it like that kind of like additional texture to it. And then pulling up the highs, kind of knocking out the lows. I do a little automation of it, so that's really all there's EQ3 for. kind of sidechain everything, so it's not overwhelming the noise. Yeah, it's still kind of heavy. I don't know, I could be using terminology incorrectly. But yeah, the short of it is hopefully someday soon I'll do music stream, because it's so much fun, and like just geeking out on some of the wavetable stuff. I don't know if I have it here. Yeah. Oh, this is the analog. I don't know if I have any. Oh, that's not even. So if I go to my user library, I made a couple different ones. Let's. Oh. 12. What's audio? Okay, whatever. Sorry, that didn't work. Input. Oh, analog. Oh, I think the noise pad. Yeah, so like getting into wavetable is just, you can go so crazy in terms of like all these different LFOs and how you oscillate them and how much, how you can attach, like, I mean, when I have the keyboard out, you can attach velocity to different parameters. Like it's, yeah, so like velocity, the harder I push it, it affects the amplitude and how loud it is. So, and like the designer side of me just loves these. You hear how it just starts affecting it in different ways, and like the combinations are endless. You can add like sub. This is kind of a weird one, if I'm being entirely honest. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop playing like random noise. So my goal is like maybe until then I could do like sound design type stuff. But yeah, it's not quite there. I'm not gonna save that. But yeah, soon. Chrome browser. Go back. There's a get caught up. Make sure to miss anything. Let's see. How do you choose fonts? I tend to stick to one font once I find that I like that one. For example, I really like Newsreader Light Italic right now, and I can't find any other alternative that's free, at least in my mind. That's, I mean, kind of funny. I used to have like different phases. I had like I had a din phase for a long time. That was my jam. Let me see if I can find like a font exploration file. I do have some for it though. Sorry, I know I'm like off screen right now. Show this thing. I have two of them now. Not very efficient. Okay, we'll go Photoshop. Oh, Photoshop's showing the same. Okay. 1 second. Where? No. I'm going Sorry, I'm just doing some stuff in Streamlabs real fast. That I probably should have done before. Websites, window capture. Add a new one. Photoshop. Alright, this is me not being professional. Oh shit, it's huge. Okay. Is that so big? Okay. What's gonna happen if I expand this out? It's just gonna go off the screen. Okay. So this is like a project that I did. I could probably show. Get this and going back to Chrome. This was this project. This is a friend is the manager of this island, and they have like, so if you go to their current website, so they're like kind of all over when it comes to their brand. But it's very simple, and they just kind of gave me some creative leeway, gave me some references they liked. So that's where, like, before I even get to this sort of type exploration phase, I'll typically go through like a Pinterest exploration where I'm trying to find out like what the right vibe is. So then I'm narrowing in on what I'm looking for when it comes to my fonts. So if I go back, I just realized I have transitions, but it's the same as Chrome, so they're, you don't need to know about that. That's why there's no transition between the screens and the stream. But for me, it's sometimes I'll know one that I'll just go straight to, or I'll have instances where I just don't know. Because sometimes you just, like, you don't really know how a word's gonna look in specific fonts. Like sometimes, like, the natural characters of fonts just really line up. And so, and this is kind of like a different exercise than setting like body fonts or headlines. This is kind of word mark, but I think that starts trickling down into what's used kind of throughout. I think it doesn't have to be a perfect parody, but this is kind of the exploration I'll go to. And if when it gets to like stuff like body fonts, like I'll go through and so if I copy a couple paragraphs. So I'll add in some sample copy. So let's say this is like 16, 24, minus 10. Shouldn't be all caps, that's just the font. So what I'll do is I'll literally just like sit here and just cycle through them. Is it all cap? Turned on. And I realize this is not the most scientific method, and I think that's kind of what I would put out there is like, if you're here and hoping for like a direct path, I almost never have them myself. So I would love to be able to, like, when I can, if there is something very direct, I will definitely provide it. But I think stuff like art direction, for me, very much goes on feel, and I can kind of like dive into like decisions and why I made them, but they're not always going to fall along the same lines. Like there's definitely going to be times where that rule doesn't really apply to other stuff. So okay, so now we're officially not on there. And let me go back to desktop streaming because you can't see any of the panels or what I'm doing. It's frustrating. So I rarely use the preview just because the performance is so terrible, where I can't like, kind of can get a sense of it, but for me, like, I get in a mindset of just like kind of checking out, and I just like sit and lean back and just like start firing between them. And as I like them, like I will, but select this one, and then I'll just option drag, create a duplicate, go back, pick up my place in line, and just like go through and find that again. I don't know why it went back. It disappeared entirely. Photoshop's being weird right now, for sure. So that's how I typically sift through it. And that helps me kind of stay away from any sort of like getting in those habits of like defaulting to the fonts I know. It's not a bad thing. Like if you have certain fonts that you know you really like there's nothing wrong with it. And especially if it's something like a classics sans serif or grotesque that kind of is a really flexible and can kind of be used in a lot of different use cases, then I don't think it's a problem that you're going with that. If they're looking for something more distinct, then okay, like maybe that's not the best choice. But like for body copy, like if you just know that I don't know, like GT America or something sets really nicely to your eye, I don't think it's wrong to kind of have that consistency, but I would just be aware of like, okay, maybe I'm gravitating towards that too much. And like for me, when I started definitively having like font phases, like Helvetica, I mean way back I had, what is it? On the tip of my tongue. To the C. I have so many fonts, and it's such a problem. I can't think of it. I've had all sorts of phases. So I don't know. For me, like this has helped me kind of break out of that. So hopefully that helps. Did you ever try streaming on Twitch? So I think I put that out there last stream, maybe. I don't know. But I was just looking at that option of like, I think there's a lot of benefits to being on Twitch, especially as I'm looking into like doing clips. I think Twitch was made entirely for streamers, so I think there's a lot more tools at our disposal in terms of like all the different chat abilities that they have, all the different clip management, all the different community management. There's a lot of really nice things. I was torn in the beginning, and I went YouTube because I thought it was a more. I thought there's like a smaller barrier to entry for people who wanted to get into it. Like not everyone has a Twitch account. Do they really want to make a Twitch account? Like I watched it because there were like a couple like Kenny Beats channel I always really liked. Then some of the gaming ones too. So like I was on Twitch, and to me it felt regular, but I didn't see a lot of people doing like creative streams on there. I think they are there, but it wasn't like there wasn't like a baseline for me to operate against of like, yeah, people are doing design streams here, and there's an audience for it here. It was more like I think everyone's got a Gmail account or a YouTube account. Let's make it easier for more people. But yeah, I think if this keeps going in the direction it's going, I think Twitch will probably be coming soon. It's all these monthly subscriptions and not working for 3-4 months gets a little it starts getting a little aggravating, or not aggravating, disconcerting, I guess is the right way to put it. Just like money out. And I think like the Twitch thing, it's like $15 a month. It adds up, but like I think if this becomes enough of a thing, that's a worthy investment for sure. So then I can stream to both platforms, which I think would be nice. I was looking at it this morning actually, as I was trying to do a couple updates to the stream. I don't know if it's still here or not. It is. Yeah. When I need to, scratch my nose deeply. Just like, be right back. No, I just had it open and I was looking at the settings and I was looking at like, because you can do. I don't know if I can pull it up. How the sidecar iPad is being troublesome. Yeah. So it's basically this. Like, so if I go Prime, I can add a Twitch, and basically, like, whenever I go live, I just send them out. Or it goes to both. So then chat works in both. I can get a consolidated chat through Streamlabs OBS. I don't know how the emotes and all that stuff work, but it would be nice. I think some of the functionality that's on there is pretty sweet. So, hey, they're not stupid. Oh, I'm assuming you guys are talking about the audio. Sorry, I have to figure out how to manage like chat too. I think I just get on these long tangents and then I get to things that are contextual to what I'm doing, and it's like I'm 12 topics removed from that at that point. So I appreciate you guys saying that. It gives me some semblance of confidence that I'm not total shit and it wouldn't be a terrible idea, but yeah, really appreciate that. And I just think like me sitting here and writing things out of key, or like, I don't know, I really struggle with some blockers, and I would love to just like sit here and jam things out, like have an edible and just like, that's what I was supposed to do yesterday. I had an edible thinking like, all right, I'm gonna work on like the intro audio, like, you know, I don't have to be super process oriented when it comes to like writing music, and I just got so sleepy I fell asleep, so I kind of backfired, but yeah, appreciate that, guys. Super inspiring work, thank you. Lucidio, can never pronounce it. I'm so bad with names, like, don't hate me for it. But yeah, thank you, man, appreciate you one coming through, and for the kind words. Have you already spoken about your work on the Evanetta project in past streams? If not, could you maybe share a bit about how that came about in your role? That project was so impressive. Thank you, man. I actually didn't talk about that one. That's a good one to put together. Maybe if I get off. Am I desktop streaming? I am desktop streaming. I don't want to put up all my to-dos. There's some really stupid stuff in there. I'm going to collect Evanetta for stream. Yeah, I think that'd be a good one. That was kind of, I mean, working with Ash is kind of dream come true type shit. So, and yeah, like working with him, super inspiring. Dude's just a monster. I don't know how else to put it. But yeah, there was a lot of iteration that went into that. A lot of back and forth. I think it'd be good to kind of talk through the process, but there's so many explorations that were done. I'm just gonna pull up the folder right now. I have one. Yeah, I do have. I have them kind of put together, but I think I want to put some thought into like having a path of like how I want to talk about it, because I don't want it to be like fully structured, but a little bit wouldn't hurt. Let's see. Yeah, show this. But yeah, like some of the iterations, like where they started, where they went. Some stuff that didn't make it, different type treatments. Yeah, because I think with this one, it was, I think at a high level, it was interesting to play around with like such strong assets. Like I'm used to things. Oh, excuse me. I'm used to like not working with like some of the world's best assets. So I'm used to having to do a lot more heavy lifting, and I think Ash like picked up on that right away of like, you know what, like you're trying to do. He didn't say this, but he just gravitated more towards the simple ones. Um, so ones that like put the build at the forefront. I think for me and like my design sensibilities, like something like this was like more where I wanted to be, but um, it doesn't do a good job of showcasing the build. So that's where it's kind of yeah. I mean, it's a learning process for sure. But yeah, I think this will be a good one for me to talk about. I hope you don't mind me kind of like tiptoeing into it and then backing out. Yeah, I mean, this used to be orange. There's a lot of like, I was looking at like bus stop promotions, poster mock-ups. Yeah, there's like a whole thing. A lot of stuff I haven't really gone into. Um, but yeah, I will definitely make a stream about that. Um, let me so let's see, Chrome browser. It's out of here. It's up for now. If I go into Studio, let's get it on the books. I'm trying to like get on my scheduling. So schedule a stream. We use these settings. Let's do Monday. Okay. Am I doing what? Monday looks open. Yeah. I hope, I don't know if like you guys get notifications on time changing for the streams, or if you get yeah, hopefully you don't get like notifications. It's like when people send out calendar invites and then they keep changing it and you keep getting like pushed with all these notifications. I hope that's not what's going on. I can do like 11 o'clock tentatively. Let's do 10. This is a good time. It gives me a little bit of time in the morning to get my life together. Meta 9 stream 25. Scheduled. It's official. I don't know why it's giving me duplicate stream key error, but hopefully we're still on. I don't know. But yeah, that'd be a good one to get into. I think that would be a fun project to talk about. So, what time is it anyway? I gotta see. Wait, this. Yeah, I may need to pop off for today. Got a couple things got to get to this evening. Still haven't eaten. Trying to do intermittent fasting, but I think I've gone too far. So, yeah, thank you again to everyone who came through. Fun little improvised Friday stream, but yeah, I'll be back Monday, go through some of the Evanetta stuff, and then again, jump in the Discord. So if you are just showing up recently, created a Discord channel. There's the old link for it, and keep in mind everything's kind of work in progress. So yeah, some of like the rules are very work in progress. Like if there's something that like jumps out as weird, know that half of it I took from someone else's rules doc. So there was like some things that didn't make any sense, but I figured they made sense to someone. So they're not hard and fast at this point. But I don't know. Have a good Friday and good weekend, and I'll be back Monday morning. There's a chance of like a weekend's. Probably not a weekend stream this week, but we'll see. For sure Monday, talk about Evan Edda. So, all right.